In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NFL games happening on November 23, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Jets versus Baltimore Ravens. The New York Jets will face the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday in an American Football Conference matchup. New York, with a record of 2-8, has made a change at quarterback, replacing Justin Fields with Tyrod Taylor. While Taylor might offer a slight improvement over Fields, it's not enough to make a significant difference in this game. The Jets have won only twice this season, beating struggling teams like the Bengals and the Browns. Their passing game has been weak, and there's little reason to believe it will improve with Taylor at the helm. He has thrown just 69 passes this year, averaging only 5.5 yards per attempt, with 3 interceptions and 9 sacks. At 36 years old, he doesn't bring the same dual threat ability that Fields did. Meanwhile, the Ravens have been playing well despite not being at their best. They have won 4 straight games, and in the 6 full games Lamar Jackson has played this season, Baltimore is averaging 31.5 points per game. They have scored at least 23 points in all 6 of those games. If not for Jackson's injury, he would likely be a top contender for MVP again. The Ravens' defense, after a slow start to the season, has improved significantly, holding opponents to 19 points or fewer in 5 straight games, including one against the high-scoring Rams. Their defense has turned a corner, and it should be strong enough to contain the Jets. The Ravens' recent play has shown that they are ready for a playoff run, and they will likely extend their winning streak against a Jets team that has struggled all year. With the Ravens' defense focusing on stopping Breece Hall, the Jets' run-heavy offense should struggle. The switch to Tyrod Taylor under center won't be enough to change the outcome, especially given New York's struggles on both sides of the ball. They are unlikely to generate many extra possessions, as their defense has forced just 1 turnover all season. As our first pick for this matchup, the Baltimore Ravens to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Ravens' offense has been explosive, averaging 31.5 points per game in the 6 full games Jackson has played. He is averaging 8.4 yards per attempt, and with the Jets trading away key defensive players like Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner, they are weaker on that side of the ball. The Jets' defense has struggled against high-powered offenses, as shown in recent losses, including a 38-point game against the Bengals and 37 points to Dallas. In all of their games this season, except for those against quarterbacks like Dylan Gabriel, Bryce Young, and Bo Nix, the Jets have allowed 27 or more points. With Taylor under center, the Jets' offense will likely improve slightly, but not enough to keep pace with the Ravens. This could lead to a high-scoring game, making the over a reasonable play. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Indianapolis Colts versus Kansas City Chiefs. Time is running out for Kansas City, though the defending American Football Conference champions still have 8 games to play. The Chiefs enter Week 12 with a 5-5-0 record, set to face the American Football Conference South-leading Colts at home. Coming off a gut-wrenching loss to the Broncos, Kansas City now finds itself 3.5 games behind Denver in the American Football Conference West, with the Chargers positioned in between at 7-4-0. Before diving into Kansas City's struggles, it's worth acknowledging Indianapolis. The Colts, who had a quarterback controversy earlier in the season, have found stability with Daniel Jones under center, who has performed like a Pro Bowler. Jones ranks 3rd in the NFL in passing yards with 2,659, edging out Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes by 24 yards. Indianapolis, which won 8 games last season, has surged to an 8-2-0 start, leading the American Football Conference South with a 2-game cushion over Jacksonville. Kansas City has been strong at home, posting a 4-1-0 record at Arrowhead Stadium. Their 4 home wins have all been by double digits, with 3 of those victories coming by 17 points or more. Every loss this season has been by a single score. Indianapolis, meanwhile, has suffered 2 defeats, both by 7 points. 2 of the Colts' 8 victories have come against teams with winning records, including wins over the Chargers and Broncos. With a win over Kansas City, Indianapolis would complete a sweep of the American Football Conference West. The Chiefs, however, have a solid track record after close losses, having won 9 straight games following a defeat by 4 points or fewer since 2021. Indianapolis has been scoring in bunches, surpassing 31 points in 5 of its last 6 games, while Kansas City has allowed just 24 total points in its last 3 home games. Even with a 5-0 record, Patrick Mahomes has thrown for more than 2,600 yards and 18 touchdowns, with Travis Kelce remaining a consistent force in the passing game. Defensively, the Chiefs have been one of the league's best, ranking 4th in points allowed. This strong defensive play complements Mahomes' ability to create, providing a well-rounded team that makes Kansas City a tough opponent, especially at home. The betting angle favors Kansas City as well. Since 1990, 5-0 teams facing opponents with an 800 or better record as favorites are a perfect 12-0-2 against the spread, underscoring how these situations often favor the team with a sense of urgency. The Chiefs also benefit from Indianapolis coming off a high-energy overseas win, while Kansas City enters the game motivated to bounce back after a tight divisional loss. One telling statistic further supports Kansas City's position. Over the past 10 seasons, there have been 14 instances where an 8-win team faced a 5-win team, with the 5-win team listed as the favorite. In all 14 cases, the 5-win team won the game, covering the spread in 12 of those 14 matchups. While the Chiefs may be in a down year by their standards, they remain formidable at home, especially when positioned as a favorite. A lot of people will likely favor the Colts and the points here, considering their solid performance all season and the extra week of preparation. Kansas City's 2 recent losses add to the uncertainty. Still, the Chiefs are the home favorites, and these opportunities don't often come around. Kansas City has been strong as a home favorite of 4 points or fewer, winning and covering in 4 straight games under those circumstances. In those games, they've won by an average margin of 7.75 points. The Chiefs have covered 9 of their last 14 home games when favored by 4 or fewer points. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Chiefs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Kansas City has gone 0-7 to the under at home against opponents with a .750 or better record, highlighting how their defense typically steps up in high-profile games. Furthermore, the last 5 meetings between the Colts and Chiefs have all stayed under the total, with an average of just 35.2 points per game scored. This game, between 2 playoff contenders, is likely to be a low-scoring affair. Despite Kansas City's high-powered offense, recent trends show a clear pattern of going under the total in each of their last 5 games. The Chiefs are now in a position where they'll likely play a more conservative, grinded-out style, needing to scratch and claw for a win. The Colts, too, are unlikely to let Jones air it out in such a critical matchup, further contributing to a low-scoring outcome. Both teams boast top 10 defenses, with Indianapolis ranked among the league's best in points allowed, and Kansas City sitting 4th. This game should play out as more of a defensive battle than a shootout. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears have won 7 of their last 8 games, heading into a home matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday afternoon. It's clear that the Bears have found their rhythm under first-year head coach Ben Johnson and second-year quarterback Caleb Williams. Williams has played steady, mistake-free football, and with DeAndre Swift running the ball effectively, the offense is balanced. Johnson's play calling, which helped Detroit's offense in previous seasons, has translated well in Chicago. The Bears' offense ranks 4th in total yards per game, 373.8, and 8th in scoring, 25.8 points per game. Williams has thrown only 4 interceptions while accumulating 16 total touchdowns, 13 of them passing and 3 rushing. On the other hand, Pittsburgh's quarterback situation is much less stable. Aaron Rodgers is questionable after suffering a minor fracture in his left wrist during last week's win over Cincinnati. While the injury won't require surgery, it's unclear how effective Rodgers will be. If Rodgers can't go, Mason Rudolph will step in, but neither quarterback provides much confidence. On defense, the Steelers are overrated. Despite the presence of star pass rusher T.J. Watt, Pittsburgh ranks 28th in total defense and dead last against the pass. They've accumulated 33 sacks, the 3rd most in the NFL, but Williams, being a mobile quarterback, can avoid pressure much better than most. The Bears have covered the spread in 5 straight games as home favorites of 4 points or fewer. They've shown they can handle tight lines at home, and Williams has brought stability to the offense, passing for over 2,300 yards and 13 touchdowns so far this season. The Bears' rushing attack, led by Swift and Kyle Monangai, ranks second in the league, providing Chicago with a potent and balanced offensive attack. Swift's health is a key factor, but when he's on the field, he's been a major contributor. This balance makes the Bears difficult to defend. With Rome Odunze emerging as a reliable big play target, Chicago has the weapons to keep Pittsburgh's secondary under pressure. Pittsburgh's defense has been one of the weakest against the pass, further tilting the scales in the Bears' favor. History also leans toward the Bears, as they've gone 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 meetings with the Steelers. Chicago has found ways to cover consistently when facing Pittsburgh, and with a shaky offense on the other side, the Bears' defense, currently leading the league with 15 takeaways, has the ability to force mistakes. Chicago's ability to control the game with their rushing attack and take advantage of short fields positions them well for this matchup. At home, against a Steelers team that is far from spectacular, the Bears look poised to maintain their momentum and win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Bears to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams should move the ball effectively in this matchup, regardless of whether Rodgers plays. Though Rodgers would certainly be a boost for Pittsburgh, the 41-year-old is no longer irreplaceable. If Rudolph starts, he's a capable backup with plenty of experience, and Chicago's defense is not exceptional. The Bears rank 23rd in the NFL against the pass and have recorded just 21 sacks, so either quarterback should find some success. Pittsburgh's running back Jaylen Warren has been effective lately, averaging at least 4.7 yards per carry in 5 of his last 6 games. Warren, who had struggled early in the season, has found his rhythm, with averages of 5.2 yards per carry in his last 2 games. On the Bears' side, their offense is firing on all cylinders. Swift, who has battled injuries this year, is currently healthy and playing at a high level. He's rushed for 634 yards and added 210 receiving yards through 9 games. Williams has gone 3 games without an interception, and during this stretch, Chicago has averaged 30 points per game. Pittsburgh has hit the over in 5 of their last 6 games against NFC North teams, and their defense has been vulnerable, allowing over 260 passing yards per game. Chicago has also hit the over in 6 of their last 7 games before weekday contests, with an offense that ranks in the top 5 in total yards, and Williams leading the way with a balanced attack alongside Swift. The Bears are poised to keep the pressure on Pittsburgh's defense. Meanwhile, the Steelers still have the ability to generate explosive plays, especially with weapons like DK Metcalf and Jaylen Warren. The combination of the Bears' potent offense and Pittsburgh's shaky defense makes this game set up for a higher total score. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Giants versus Detroit Lions. We have an interesting NFL Week 12 matchup this Sunday as the New York Giants travel to Detroit to face the Lions at Ford Field. While the game may not seem too exciting on the surface, the situation heavily favors Detroit. The Lions have struggled in recent weeks, losing to both the Vikings and the Eagles. However, they return home for this matchup against a Giants team that is one of the weakest in the league, dealing with injuries at several key positions. The biggest question for the Lions is the status of quarterback Jackson Dart, who missed last week's game against the Packers due to a concussion. Dart returned to practice on Wednesday, which makes it likely he will play on Sunday. Even so, with Dart likely limited in his ability to run the ball, it's unclear how much he can help an offense that ranks 20th in expected points added per play and 25th in success rate. Despite a rough game against the Eagles' defense, the Lions' offense has been one of the league's best this season, sitting 5th in expected points added per play and 4th in success rate. They have a variety of ways to score, and it all starts with their ability to run the ball. That should be an advantage against a Giants defense that ranks dead last in both expected points added per rush allowed and explosive runs allowed. If the Lions can build an early lead, it could be difficult for the Giants to catch up, as their offense is not well suited to play from behind, especially with uncertainty at quarterback. Though double-digit spreads are often tricky in the NFL, the Giants are severely banged up, and it seems Dart will not be at full strength. Even if veterans step in, it's still a downgrade, as the Giants' offense showed signs of life with Dart at the helm. Detroit has consistently dominated inferior teams at home this season, and there's no reason to think this game will be any different. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Lions to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The last time Detroit lost, they followed it up with a dominant 44-22 victory over the Commanders. Earlier this season, they bounced back from another defeat with a 52-point performance against the Bears at home. The Giants do not have the defense to slow down Detroit's elite offense, particularly in the running game. The Lions should have no trouble on early downs and will likely score several explosive plays throughout the game. On the other hand, the Giants' offense should manage to put up at least 17 points against a middling Detroit defense, no matter who plays quarterback. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them. So leave a comment down below and do let us know.